Good morning, social media. Before we get started this morning, I want to give a big thanks to Mr. Travis Brooks. He keeps outdoing himself, but he was generous enough and willing to help me out and put a CB in my truck, and I can't thank him enough for that. He definitely supported a good thing there, and he dug that on his own good heart and own good will. So now, after we do that, Travis, we do appreciate you. Not just me, but everybody. Everybody through that CB can thank you now. But anyway, today is day 17, if I'm not mistaken. Should have checked, made sure it's yet now, guys. But anyway, we're reading in Proverbs 3:5, and then we're also going to read Proverbs 1:7-9. But this is make sure we got it on here. This is Proverbs 3:5 in the King James Version. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean unto thine own understandings. Let's also read verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. So, even though it's Saturday, we still got to speak to the CB. Anyway, Proverbs 3:5 and 6. We'll read both of them again. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. I'm going to circle trust right there, and you'll see why in just a second. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean unto thine own understandings. And lean not unto thine own understandings. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. When we say we trust God, but do everything in our own way or our own will, are we actually really trusting God? Trust is more than just believing with our minds. Trust involves acting on our beliefs. We know that God's mind is most certainly greater than our own limited understandings. So he calls us to live, move, and act on that belief by trusting him wholeheartedly. And that is very true. Let me underline something for you. He calls us to live, move, and act. He calls us. So that is him telling or him asking us. So remember that. Proverbs 1:7-9. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instructions. Verse 8. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Verse 9. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. Wisdom. May our instructions and teaching meet the wishes of the Lord. And I just jotted this down here, and I feel like a lot of people get this mixed up or misunderstood or whatever you may say there. I'm not good on words, you guys remember that. The word fear is used in the sense of wonder and awe, realizing that God is so far above us that we tremble in his presence. And that the word fear is used in that sense. The fear is not, Lord, I'm scared to death, It's a fear of saying, man, that God is so much higher than me. He's so above me that I don't fear him, but I don't want to mess up. I don't want to do wrong because he's living in my heart. And it's a thing to say, I would just tremble if I seen him because of how great he really and truly is. So I have a fear of sin or a fear to do wrong, and I have a fear if I don't ask for forgiveness or let him know that I am a sinner daily, and I give all my praise and my honor to him, that there should be a fear in there that, hey, I don't want to hurt God's feelings, or well, just like it said here, I'm not sure word for word. It'd take me a second to find it again here, but it was, lean not on their own understandings. So our own understandings are not right. I mean, we can't expect it to make it to heaven over or because of how we act or how we feel. Yeah, we can say it in our head, yeah, I'm gonna make it to heaven, but you gotta trust God and allow God in your heart to make it to heaven. You have to live by this good book. You have to have a fear, that wonder and that awe in God's presence. You have to tremble at His presence because you want to obey. You want to study this Bible. You want to teach others about this Bible. You want to live by this Bible. You have to stand in His presence and just tremble and just say, you are the Alpha and Omega. I want to live right by you, and I'm asking for some wisdom. I'm asking for some knowledge. I'm asking for better understandings of your words, your praises, your wishes, and your commandments. I ask for that so I can trust in you, believe in you wholeheartedly. All I need is some help, and I want you to be with me because I want to be a wholeheartedly believing, trusting, loving, caring Christian for you, so that I could bring other people to you, or I could spread your words to people. As I encounter a lost, I pray before I say something, Lord God, please give me the knowledge, or give me the understanding, or give me the words to speak, so that I may plant a seed in that person. And that goes right back to God calls us to live, move, and act on that belief of trusting Him wholeheartedly. There's so many people out here that just so easily, yeah, I trust Him, I believe in Him. But do they actually trust and believe in Him? Just like we say we trust God, but do everything in our own way. Sure, I could say, hey, I trust God, and turn around and go do something. I see it so much today. I go do something that's against God's will. Well, if you trust and you believe in the Lord, that little thought or that little action that you go do after you tell somebody, yeah, I trust Him, I believe Him, well, you would think about that. It wouldn't just be an everyday thing. Eventually you'd realize, hey, that's not right, And that's when you have to bow down. You have to trust God, and you just have to just sit there and talk and pray to Him and ask for the ability, the wisdom, the help to get over that issue or that problem that you may face, that you're just trying to blend in with everybody else, and it's hard for you to get away from it. I'm asking for help. Just sit and pray. Have that fear, that awe in your heart to say, oh, I want to live right by you. Please help me. So when you're faced with these hard times throughout this life, and you realize that you're drifting away from this Bible, you step back a minute and you sit and pray, and you just pray for wisdom, you pray for knowledge, and you pray for help. And God will provide. But you have to trust and believe in Him wholeheartedly. It can't just be a want to, and it can't just be when things get tough or whatever. It has to be an everyday thing, and you have to ask for forgiveness, but you also have to put everything you got into Him. You have to trust and believe in Him so things will work out, and so He will be able to provide, because He may be providing, but you're still out here doing your worldly sins without asking forgiveness or without even acknowledging or realizing it. So trust and believe in God wholeheartedly. Enjoy y'all's day. Thank you so much for the support and prayers, and most of all, Travis, thank you so much, pal. You really outdone yourself, and it's good for a good cause. God bless everybody.